Hello and welcome back to my studio. My name is Sarah and this is my painting journey. This is my weekly vlog where I document my journey to become a professional artist. So, what I have on the easel behind me is something that I'm trying out. It's an older painting that I pulled out of the timeout pile and put back on the easel. I'm reinterpreting it in an impressionist style. I've been trying to loosen up my painting recently and trying to get more painterly with my brush strokes, more economical with my brush strokes, been painting outside a lot, been dabbling back into the water mixable oils, and all of that is piquing my interest in more impressionist type painting. I've been looking at a lot of Bill Anton, a lot of Scott Christensen, a lot of Mitch Baird, those type of landscape painters who work in a very loose impressionist style but have a wonderful effect to it. So that is what I am attempting to do with this big piece behind me here. The title of it is Ridge Runners, and it is two gray wolves with the mountain behind them and this nice dramatic cliff here. This is from a reference photo that I took up in Lassen Volcanic National Park a couple of years back. The mountain is Mount Conard, and it is a view that I like quite a bit, so I decided to go ahead and paint it and use it as a background for these wolves. So painting more impressionistically is pushing me out of my comfort zone, which is what you have to do to grow as an artist. I am very comfortable painting the tight, lots of detail, render every piece of fur, every blade of grass painting style. I am very, very comfortable in that. That's my go-to. When you get comfortable is when you stop growing as an artist. So by pushing outside my comfort zone, I'm hoping to expand my horizons. Whether Impressionism will become my main style or not, it's something that I want to learn. Same thing with photorealism. That may not be your style, but it's a good thing to learn, and it is not easy. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you're just copying the photograph. It's not easy. It's not easy. Working from reference is not an easy thing to do. Even directly copying a photograph takes skill and time and effort. So does this behind me. And it's important to evaluate different painting styles, different art movements, and see what works for you. You may not like some of the contemporary stuff that's out there. However, there may be some technical points that do apply to what you're working on. Same thing for somebody who's working very abstract in contemporary art, doing hopefully not banana sticked walls, hopefully something a little more intellectual than that. I mean, that was a joke, obviously, and the guy who ate the banana was in on the joke, and the guy who bought it was in on the joke. That being said, those who work in a very contemporary style, very abstract, very non-story based type of work still benefit from going back and studying the old masters, going back and studying Rembrandt and those types, and the great landscape painters of the American West, Thomas Moran, Albert Bierstadt, the Hudson River School artists, the Ohio School, the California Impressionists. They all have different art styles, they all have different techniques, and it's important to grow as an artist, to evaluate and to learn these different techniques. Take bits and pieces from everyone who you have a chance to connect with, whether it's through a YouTube video, whether it's through an online workshop, an in-person workshop, even just a demonstration. Take those little bits and incorporate them into your own technique. That's how you develop your own unique style as an artist. I don't necessarily want to paint like Robert Bateman or Terry Isaacs or Bill Anton or for Scott Christensen, I want to paint like me. And right now my style is very tight, and it takes a long time to render. It takes a long time to do a painting when you're doing little tiny bits of fur with a little liner brush. And honestly, that's something I'm thinking about getting away from at this point. I can see the potential of working in a more impressionistic style, and it's not something you see too much in wildlife art these days. It used to be more the style back in the days of like Carl Rungus and those type of artists. It's gotten much tighter. Wildlife art has gotten much tighter over the years, especially when the print market was really big for that. The print companies, the publishing companies wanted very tight, very realistic, very accurate rendered images. So that's why a lot of wildlife artists worked in acrylic, because you can get that very easily. But you can see, if you look at, like, say, the body of work of John Searle Lester or Guy Koliak, they worked in both acrylic and oil, and their oil paintings are much more loose, much freer, and have much more expression to them than their tight acrylic paintings that were done specifically for the print market. So, that being said, I'm trying to expand my style. I'm trying to improve as an artist, to grow and to investigate a different method of painting. So, Ridge Runners back here, I had basically the whole painting blocked in, and the mountain back here finished. I had it very tight. I had every single little tree on the mountain. And I don't know how many hours it took me to do that. But it was absolutely, I pulled it out again this morning to look at it, and it was absolutely just maddening to think that I was going to go back to it. So I decided, honestly, on a whim, that I was going to reimagine this as a more impressionist piece. And I think it's coming together quite well. I'm very happy with how the mountain has turned out. I'm still working in acrylic here, working with big brushes, big brush strokes. I like how I have the light hitting this row of trees here. I'm intensifying the lighting in this image. The day I took the photo, it was very overcast, very cloudy, it was very moody, which was very nice, but it doesn't lend itself to a really dramatic painting, so I've intensified the light on the top of the mountain here. And then I'm beginning to work on the wolves to paint them in a impressionist style, which is not something I'm at all comfortable with. It's very hard not to want to paint all the little fur. But I think if I can push past that and work through that and not be a slave to my reference, that this painting will be far more successful. So that's what I've got on the easel behind me. Coming up, not too much, just working on producing a good body of work to take with me to La Sierra. I'm also going to be doing a craft fair called Gold Nugget Days in Paradise, California. That's going to be a lot of fun. If you are in Northern California, drop on by. It's great. There's a parade. It's fun. And it's a wonderful craft fair that goes on every year. I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to have all my original paintings with me. I'm not going to have any prints, I've decided. Prints are going to be an online dropship thing that I do. If you do want to print, that's how it's going to be sent to you. Dropship direct from the printer, no mat. You would have to mat it yourself, frame it yourself. And that's just a personal choice based on how much incredible amount of work prints are. And the cost of doing fully matted, bagged prints. It costs almost more than what I can sell them for. So that was my decision on that. So we've got Gold Nugget Days coming up in April. That's April 18th and 19th in Paradise, California. And then La Sierra Plein Air Festival in May. That's May 20th through the 27th in Quincy, California. The 27th, again, is a street fair. It is the big off-the-easel sale. So definitely, if you're in the area, come up on the 27th for that. Say hi. let me know what you think. And yeah, pick up a piece of art. So, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. Comment down below if you have any questions or anything like that. I will answer them in the next vlog. Keep an eye on the channel. I post a lot of shorts. I posted a short yesterday of painting up at Paradise Lake. Extremely cold, but very successful. It was a whole lot of fun. So, yeah. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Check the description down below. I have the links to my website if you'd like to see my body of work, my Etsy if you'd like a print, and also my socials and my Patreon. Just wanted to put this out there. The first person to support me on Patreon is getting a free print. So hurry up, be the first person to support me at the $1 level on Patreon, and you're going to get something special. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.